What up, what up, what's the B word, man? I'm Anthony Addison with another segment of What's the B word. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit me up on Instagram, What's the B word 52. Just like you see on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, What's the B word. And hit me up on Twitter, B word 52. And y'all already know what's up with me, baby. Baltimore Raven fan, Raven Nation stand up. Flock, let's get it. And if you're not a Raven fan, man, you might be a fan of the football team. You might be a fan of the Steelers. You might be a fan of whoever. Hit that like button anyway. Hit that subscribe button anyway, because we talk football, period. But the reason why we're here tonight is to talk about the game we seen earlier with our Baltimore Ravens beating the Washington football team 31-17. And for the most part, this game pretty much went our way, man. We didn't have too many scares or nothing like that. This was the perfect rebound opponent, you know, as far as like rebounding after the loss that we suffered on Monday, man, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Cause that was a nasty blow that we took. But I'm gonna start it off with the offense. I'm gonna start off talking about the offense. The offense was okay today. Greg Roman still just it's just some questionable like play designs and calls that I just really don't like. I really don't like that outside option type stuff that we doing with Lamar. I just feel like that don't serve us a good purpose, man. I mean, sorry y'all, voice kind of. But I just think that them outside options ain't it. Like, we need to just scrap them. We need to scrap all them type of plays. All those outside option type of plays, we need to scrap them. We did a little bit better as far as running the football, even though our running backs, not the whole team, but our running backs didn't eclipse 100 yards this game. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson yards and running, we wouldn't even eclipse 100 yards as a team. But I mean, if you look at it, we was a little bit more balanced than we was last week. We got 22 carries with our running backs, and with Lamar, he threw it 21 times. So that was a real good balance, and that's all that I'm asked for when it comes to Jerome calling these plays is we gotta have balance. I really like the play call when Lamar got the 50-yard touchdown, of course, because I mean, the way that these defenses is playing us right now and stuff like that, man, with how they sitting, like keeping containment on the edge and stuff like that, sometimes we got to send them up in the middle, man. Because they waiting on Lamar to go outside, and how we just sent them right up the hole, we had nothing but space and opportunity. And when you give Lamar space, you see what happened, a 50-yard touchdown, man. Passing-wise, Lamar did a little bit better today, passing-wise. He missed Hollywood a couple of times on some deep balls. I just really hope that they can get this connection going, man, because Lamar been missing them as far as the deep balls. But we still got Hollywood involved in the game. He had 4 catches for like 80-something yards. I still just want to see more than Hollywood and, you know, Mark Andrews being involved. But shout out to Mark Andrews, because the real Mark Andrews popped up today. He had 2 tubs. I can't remember how many catches and how many yards he had, but I don't remember him dropping a ball today. I don't know what was going on Monday, but I don't remember him dropping a ball today. So shout out to Mark Andrews, man. 2 touchdowns, and he had a real good game. And Lamar was giving him some better balls, especially that run. Lamar had a run to the left where he threw it on the run, and he made a perfect throw to Mark Andrews. But, you know, like I said, we still had a couple of passes that got away, you know, but no preseason, no, you know, stuff like that. Hopefully, you know, the quarterback coach and Lamar, you know, they can find out what he's doing wrong with his mechanics and stuff like that, and we can fix that. We got to fix that. For us to go, for our offense to go into the next level, Lamar got to make those type of passes. He have to. Back to our running game. Our running game still not as dominant as it was last year. I mean, maybe that's coming. Maybe it's coming. I hope it's coming. I wish we can go more to like kind of the play calls we was calling last year. That's not the only thing, man. I've been thinking about, and I just want y'all to hear me out on this right here. And I've been thinking about what's so different about our offense besides losing Marshall Yonder. Because first thing first, losing Marshall Yonder was a big blow to our offensive line. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer. It's hard to replace a Hall of Famer. That's just facts. I mean, you know, we're going to have some growing pains with the line, you know, due to, I mean, that man was a staple on our line for, 11 years. So it's going to be hard to replace that. But I just want y'all to hear me out on this right here, man. And this is what I've been thinking about as far as our offense, especially with our running game. We missing Hayden Hurst more than what we thought we was going to miss. And I know y'all going to be like, wait, but Hayden Hurst, He wasn't just balling like that, catching a lot of balls and blah blah blah. No, man. What I'm saying is when I say we missing Hayden Hurst a lot, think about last year, man, when we had Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews and Nick Boyle. The one formation that gave the whole NFL just problems was when we ran that 3 tight end formation. When we ran that 3 tight end formation. Because we used to put the defense in a situation where if they put some extra linebackers out there to try to defend the run, because all 3 of our tight ends can block, and Nick Boyle, like one of the best blocking tight ends in football. Hayden Hurst can do both. Mark Andrews can do both. So if they put some extra linebackers out there to try to go against the blocking and stuff like that, then we just audible to a pass because Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews is so good that linebackers really can't cover them. But then if they put extra DBs like they try to do against us, well, like how they try to mimic the Chargers. They try to mimic the Chargers a lot last year when they put extra DBs out there. Well, guess what? Those little old DBs would just get mauled by our 3 tight ends because they pretty much, like blocking wise, they was pretty much 3 extra linemen out there, and we'll just get big gains out the running game. So maybe that got something to do with why G-Rome calling the plays he calling, because you got to remember in the Tennessee Titan game when he wasn't running the ball like that and we wasn't sticking to the game plan that we've been doing that whole time. Mark Andrews did get hurt, and we kind of was down to, like, at one point I think we was down to 1 tight end because Nick Boyle got hurt too. So we couldn't really just run our 3 tight end set. I think that formation was really important to us. I mean, it's really showing to me. I've been paying attention to it for the last couple of weeks, but that just really stuck out to me like this past week that 3 tight end set that we had last year was a real major problem for defenses because it wasn't no real answer. You put DBs out there, then we're audible to a run. You put linebackers out there, we audible to a pass. And I mean, that was just a tough formation to stop. So don't be surprised if we mess around and get a tight end this offseason coming up. Not to just talk so far down as far as the offseason. But who I liked today, I'm gonna stop talking about that. Talk about who I liked today. I liked the O-line played better today. The O-line played better today. Of course, Ronnie Stanley, and that's why I'm picking out the O-line, because Ronnie Stanley didn't play, and that could have been a problem. Because the Washington football team front four, even though they didn't have Chase Young, they front four still pretty nice. So we did pretty good. I like the Gus today. I like the energy that Mark kind of showed, a little burst that we used to seeing from last year. Today, he was real, just put a foot down and just real decisive of where he was going, and he was going hard. I think the running backs got the message of the offenses ran through them. And I just liked how they ran. They ran aggressive today. They ran hard. The numbers might not say it, but the running backs really, really ran hard. So shout out to the offensive line this game. Even though Lamar had to make a couple plays, but I think Lamar didn't get sacked today. And Lamar done got sacked like every game this season so far. So shout out to the O-line and shout out to the running backs for running hard. Now let's talk about defense. Defense played pretty good. They played decent. But it was just one thing, and one thing only, that we couldn't stop. And that was the screens. We had a hard time with screens all game today. They ran a lot of screens on us, and it was hard for us to stop. I mean, it's just no other way I can put it. A lot of people say that we got exposed, that we couldn't stop screens against Kansas City. But we couldn't stop screens last year. The first game where I noticed we couldn't stop screens was when we played the Arizona Cardinals last year. But that's what come with having a defensive coordinator like Wink Martindale, an aggressive coordinator like Wink Martindale will he blitz a lot, and the best play call for a blitz is a screen or a hot route right behind where the blitz is coming from. So it was just pick your poison type thing, man. It's I mean, I wish we wouldn't blitz as much, but due to our pass rush situation, we have to. That's why I'm kind of fumbling with it, man, because it's like, dang if you do, dang if you don't. Like if we don't blitz, then we ain't gonna get that much pressure. Even though when we do blitz, we kind of don't get that much pressure. And when we don't blitz, we ain't getting that much pressure at all. Shout out to Calais Campbell today. He batted a few balls down, and he was close to batting like he had like three of them that got right past him that he almost had too, man. So shout out to Calais Campbell for doing the job there, man. The front three played very good today. Didn't give up too much running. They played very good. They gap integrity, man. They control they hold. They didn't let Washington football team line push them around and stuff like that. They did a good job. And I think I seen a Judon sighting. I think I had a Matthew Judon sighting from this game today. And I know y'all probably think that I'm probably excited because Judon got 2 sacks. I'm happy for him. He got 2 sacks. But guess what? I'm not happy. I'm not happy with how he got the 2 sacks. I mean, I'm one of them guys that I always kind of look at the big picture. I mean, it was good that he got 2 sacks, but look at the first sack. Free rush. I mean, that's good. But I want my premier pass rusher. I want to see my premier pass rusher get, sacks off beating somebody one-on-one. Because you're not going to always be a free rusher to the quarterback. I mean, obviously from last week, you're not going to always be a free rusher to the quarterback. And I got to see that you can get up off these blocks and go get them and put some pressure on them. So, I mean, I'm happy that he got 2 sacks, but I'm still not impressed. I'm going to say that. I'm still not impressed. So, Judon, hopefully, you'll tighten up a little bit more and I can just really see what I need to see up out of you, man. But as far as, the sacks that Judon got was the sacks that he got last year, where he was a free rusher or he was going against a tight end and stuff like that. So, I just got to see him whoop a tackle, man. When you want top dollar as a pass rusher, you got to be able to whoop a tackle, man. Von Miller was whooping tackles. You know what I'm saying? J.J. Watt was whooping tackles. T.J. Watt is whooping tackles. You know what I'm saying? They whooping them. And Judon not really just whooping tackles like that, man. He just really can't get off on them. Somebody I really want to shout out to, and he bounced back very, very good this game right here, is Patrick Queen. He had a rough time last week. Kansas City kind of exploited him as far as him being a young player, and with the motion with the running backs and stuff like that, he was kind of getting lost. And I couldn't really just get mad at him for that because he was a rookie with no preseason, with no, all the practices that he could have got going into his rookie year. So I wasn't mad at him last week for that. But the man had 8 tackles in the first half, and I think he finished with 12 tackles. But first half, man, that man was everywhere. And man, he had a nice tackle right up there at the goal line, man, when he hopped up and knocked the guy back down. So shout out to Patrick Queen, man. He had a real good game. Marlon Humphrey, shout out to Marlon Humphrey, man. He gave up a few passes, but he had that big fumble that we scored a touchdown out for, man. So shout out to Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey, man, he know how to get that ball, man. That's why when people was talking about, you think he worth all that money? Yes. You pay them players, they go get the ball, man. Because when you go get the ball, you win. That's how you win. You got to go get that ball. Anthony Averett, he had his moments where he kind of got picked on, but at the same time, he filled on the depth chart, and he didn't get burnt. He didn't give up a super big play. I mean, when he did get beat, he made the tackle at least and stuff like that. And when you got a dude that's out there on the field that's deep down in the depth chart, then that's all you can really ask for him, man. That's all you can ask for him. Don't give up the big play. And he didn't give up the big play today. We just couldn't stop the screens today for some reason. Well, that's just our MO anyway. But, defense, man, defense played all right. I still just want my team to play better. I think they can play better. So when I kind of criticize them and stuff like that, I see people on Facebook and everywhere they're like, "Wow, we won, so why are you complaining?" But I know that this wasn't a high quality opponent, and I seen last week how we played against a high quality opponent. It's levels to this, so you know what I'm saying. You just can't be happy with with a side dish. You gotta get the main dish. Can't be happy with the side dish, man. And I seen on Twitter that Lamar felt the same way. You can't be happy with the side dish. You gotta be happy. You gotta get that main dish, man. The football team, the Washington football team is a side dish. They not contenders, man. They know that. They in the weakest division in football. Even at 0-4, they can win next week and be in the hunt. They still in the hunt at 0-4 in the division that they in. So I'm happy we won, but I just know we can do better. And I seen Sarah Ellison, I guess that's how you say her name. She tweeted out that Lamar Jackson told Marlon Humphrey after he put up his third touchdown, man, we got to do better. Humphrey looked up at the scoreboard and was like, I think we scored a decent amount of points. But Lamar right. It's levels to it, man. It's levels to it. And we got to get better. We got to get better. If we want to do what we trying to do and get this Super Bowl, then we got to get better. We got to be able to stop screens. We got to be able to get back to our ground and pound type game. Lamar got to hit them type of passes that he need to hit to Hollywood. I mean, we got to have everybody involved. We got to spread the ball around, because with the good teams, that's what they exploit. They exploit that we don't spread the ball around. They exploit that we can't stop the screen. They gonna expose that type of thing. So we have to get better before we play these type of teams again. Cause you see what happened last week, and when we in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. It's not a bad team in the playoffs. The competition level is different. We're not playing a Washington football team in the playoffs. We're gonna be playing good teams in the playoffs. So we just gotta get better and be ready for that. But overall, man, you know, we had a good game, man, and we ain't gonna dwell on this victory too long, just like how we didn't dwell on this loss. Well, I didn't dwell on that loss. A lot of y'all dwelled on the loss. We finna get ready for Philly. I mean, not Philly, Cincinnati. We got our first game with Cincinnati, and I wish Pittsburgh would have played so they can get their first loss, so we be back at number 1. But it is what it is, man. So anyway, that's how I felt about today's game, man. That's about it, man. We need to get better. We missing Hayden Hurst more than we think we is, you know. I'm still not impressed by Judon. Marlon Humphrey is most definitely worth the money. Calais Campbell, he's been consistent all season so far. Patrick Queen is looking like he's gonna be a star in the future. And that's pretty much all that I had to say about this game, man. So anyway, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Y'all hit me up on all my social media platforms. What's the B Word 52 on Instagram? What's the B Word on Facebook? B Word 52 on Twitter. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I thought I had my chain somewhere around, but the chain that I normally wear on my video, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. I'm gonna give away about 2-3 of those chains right there when I get to 1,000 subscribers. So share my videos, like my videos, man. Get me to 1,000, and you could probably be the lucky person to get one of those chains. But anyway, flock, I love y'all. Subscribers, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.